to give you a 14-piece ceramic coated knife set that will include 5 knives, 5 sheaths. You're going to get 4 of the plastic cutting boards to go along with it. They're $24.95. They're on 5 credit card payments of $4.99. They come with a manufacturer's lifetime warranty, and you get to choose the color palette that works most beautiful for your home. So I am next to the pastel collection. That's called Farmhouse. To my left, in this beautiful black and white, that is our marble. That's my personal favorite. And if you look at the handles, you can see that they have a little bit of marbling on them. And then to my far right, you have the speckled design. This is actually the #1 best-selling set. It's in all black, and it has a little bit of speckling, and we call it speckled. Joining us for the presentation is the one and only Mark Gill.
Nice to see you.
Merry Christmas to you.
Merry Christmas
Have
to
you
you.
been naughty or nice?
Yes.
Yes, that's really good. I'm gonna use that one.
Absolutely, I have.
So these are undoubtedly the best-selling knives here at HSN.
Well, and not only that, but one of the best-selling knives and knife configurations in live shopping history. And there's a reason why. And you know what? We're going to start with the name on the blade, and that's Cuisinart. If there's a better name in kitchen and household manufacturers, boy, I don't know it. Now, really quickly, you are going to get, and we'll touch on it in just a minute here, a set of 4 of these matching cutting boards that comes with each one of the knives, and they're individual, and they're meant to really accentuate the knives that you're going to get. They have a nice flex to them. They've got a little tack on the back so it sits on there. We'll get a little bit more into that later. But I want to talk about these knives and what makes these so darn popular. Now, in its heart, this is a stainless steel knife. That's the core. So when you hold this, from the contoured handle to the weight of the blade to the way it feels in your hand, it just feels right. It really does. That's where some of those 5-star ratings come from. But let's go beyond that, because what we've done on top of that stainless steel is we've coated it with ceramic, and that's what those colors are.
Yes.
That's why we're able to give it that lifetime guarantee. Ceramic's the same stuff that they put on the outside of the space shuttle to get everybody back home safe and sound. So if they're gonna do that, I'm gonna tell you something, it's probably pretty safe for your carrots. And now what I love about this is they've sharpened both sides of this blade. That means it's a double beveled edge. And I want you to watch this, okay? This to me is so impressive. I can't tell you, as the chef at home, how much I appreciate this kind of control with a knife that I'm using. And in just a second when I'm done this, we're gonna go walk through all these pieces. But I gotta tell you something. To be able to make contact lenses out of grapes on live TV and then switch to the everyday uses that we're gonna use these knives for, there's no wonder we're talking about hundreds of thousands sold, millions of individual knives, and this is the 8-inch chef's knife, and we are just on knife #1.
And it's not difficult. It's not difficult to shop for a chef's knife alone and spend $24 for a chef's knife. And the fact that you're getting 5 of the most commonly used knives in your kitchen, and the guards, and the mats to go along with it. It's an incredible value. You've made it a customer pick. It also comes along with that manufacturer's limited lifetime warranty. I think it's a wonderful, last minute gift.
Well, here's what we've done. We've taken kind of all the reviews we've gotten from our customers over the last few years, and we've curated a set that is all the winning pieces. It's all the ones that everybody says they love, and we put that into one set for you. So we've got that Santoku knife, that really popular type of knife in the kitchen that I'm going to demonstrate next for you. We've got a utility knife for you that never needs sharpening. This one's really cool. This is our slicing knife, and by the way, that little sharpening word is kind of a neat cue. Whenever you see ceramic, you usually don't hear the word sharpen, but because ours are ceramic over stainless steel, one of the reasons that people love our knives is because you can sharpen them, and we'll get back to that in just a second as well.
I want to give an update for you. My producer is mentioning to me that the speckled is the #1 choice. That's no surprise. It typically is the most popular. This pretty pastel in the center is called Farmhouse, and then if you like the collection where you're getting, of course, this wonderful white, that's called marbled. I should also mention that these are bow and go. They do come in a gift box. So with us being literally on the heels of Christmas, that's nice that you don't have to go searching around for a box, and that if you're gonna be sending these to someone, that at least it does come in a nice presentation box.
Yeah. So now let's learn a little something about knives, okay? I'm holding up our Santoku knife. knife, and I'm holding it in front of a Santoku knife that you might recognize as kind of a regular one. And they're usually recognizable by those little divots that are taken out all the way along the blade. What that does is it allows air between the blade and the food, so you don't have to worry about sticking. Remember, this is ceramic. One of the things that people love about ceramic is it will not stick. Now, you are going to get these little guards. This is great because I don't have to ask you for 20 bucks for a knife block, and you don't have to ask, you know, somebody you're gifting to go ahead and grab that. But here's what I want you to see. And I got to tell you something. This might be one of the coolest demonstrations I get to do on live television on any product. You see what's happening there? You want to talk about all of the features and benefits of a product in one demonstration. There it is. Doesn't stain, doesn't rust. It resists all kinds of wear and tear. And you want to talk about food not sticking? There's nothing holding that tomato to the board, which I find really, really cool. Now have a look here. And again, we're on that non-sticking. That's what I'm talking about. And because we don't take all the divots out of the side of the knife, you don't need a cleaver to do nice big jobs like this. So if you ever feel the need to hack up a pineapple, that's going to be the one that you go for. Now, I'm just going to take 2 seconds and clear this off the board because, you know what, maybe you don't air cut tomatoes and maybe you don't angrily hack up pineapples. So let's talk about real world usage. You know what, we've put a French tip on the end of these blades, which is the same angle that your wrist hits your hand with. So when you're using this for your prep work, you know exactly where that knife's going to go. A sharp knife is a safe knife. And when it comes to everyday use, if you've got something like this and you don't have the right blade or the right tool, you might as well use the back of the knife or a spoon. Because what happens is when you don't know exactly where that blade's going to go, that's when accidents can happen. And you can see this. That blade is simply falling right through the skin of that pepper. And that skin of the pepper can embarrass a knife that's $1,000. I've seen it happen. And these just fall through. And that's what I love. And that's what everybody loves about this knife set. Now that's our Santoku, knife number 2.
That's knife number 2. I remember you're getting a total of 5. You know, as I watch you especially slice the peppers, there are often times when I'm trying a new recipe and it's a day off, so I can be really relaxed. I can put some music on and just kind of get into it. And I love when I'm in the kitchen and I'm reaching for a knife or there's a cutting board that I've got the very best, right? There's nothing like trying a new recipe or trying to prepare a meal and you go reach for that knife and it's not sharp, right, or it's inferior. It's not the same experience. I love that you're going to feel amazing. You're going to really be inspired when you get in the kitchen and you reach for your sharp knives. If you'd like to have them, let us know. They are a customer pick. We have all 3 choices available for you. You're looking at $5 on a major credit card. What a great, wonderful Christmas gift. We can guarantee delivery by Christmas, so don't be shy about ordering with us today. We have 5 or more flex pay on everything throughout the day. And if you love fish, did you just see that? I wish we could rewind the tape.
That's why I made 2 here, because I wanted everybody to, I usually call this my phone a friend demo. Listen, the demonstration that I just showed you, and I'll show you again, is usually reserved for a knife with a special type of stainless steel, a big flex on it, high price tag, all right? The fact that you're getting a knife in your set that's capable of cuts like this with this kind of precision, and by the way, a little added bonus, ceramic doesn't carry odors. So when you're working with things like garlic, fish, anything like that, when you give that a wipe, that odor is as gone as gone's gonna get.
What about
and
stains?
You gotta love
what
that.
About any type of stains?
It resists stains, it resists scratching, it resists rust, wear, and tear. There's a reason that people spend $100 and more for ceramic knives, and that's why. So we give you all the benefits without all the things that people don't like, including the inability to sharpen them. Now, I'm going to show you this real quick, okay? We have the coolest little sharpener for you. Fit anywhere, perfect size for drawers. If you got a little small space, this is terrific. The handle pops right out. And of course, this is from Cuisinart. Pops out when you don't have fishy fingers. The handle pops out and the guard pops up. Now, what we've done is we've given you 3 of the most popular sharpening technologies you're going to find. The first one is that tungsten carbide blade. This is beautiful. It's called our coarse blade. So if you've got those knives that have just seen better days, that's where you're going to head first. Your medium ones here for, you know, knives that are just kind of on that edge of losing their edge. And when you're using a brand new knife, go ahead and use that fine ceramic stone. And every time you use this blade, you're going to get that experience of it coming right out of the box. That's the beauty, again, of ceramic over stainless steel. You get all the benefits of both.
That's great.
And you don't have to worry about all the drawbacks of either, which is beautiful.
If you would like to have the knife sharpener, it's $19.95, and your item number is 616-493. It's a customer pick. That's a nice gift.
Isn't that nice? Beautiful.
Yeah, because you know what? Even if you don't buy the knives that we have here, you've got
all your knives.
You got knives at home,
exactly.
And so you can make them. You can make them like new by getting that knife sharpener. So ask about that. Hey, notice how many people have ordered our Cuisinart Cuisinart knives.
Absolutely.
Over 27,000 of you have ordered. There are 3 choices. So we have the white choice, which is called marbled. We have the black choice, which is called speckled. So this is speckled, this is marbled, and then the pretty pastel colors, that choice is called the farmhouse choice, if you'd like to have it.
Now, why did we curate these knives in that set for you? Because we wanted to make sure that these knives that you had are going to do the job for all of these great little holiday things you're putting together and year round. And you're going to notice here, with one knife, I've given you 3 perfect cuts. I've given you cuts on the tomato, and again, if you ever wonder why everybody goes with a tomato to kind of demonstrate how good of a quality a knife is, especially a blade out of a box, well, that's because the skin of a pineapple, or sorry, the skin of a tomato is one of those ones that can grab a knife that's got a little bit of burr on it, or you know, it's not holding an edge, and that's when you have to give it that force. Now look at this, that same knife, I'm gonna give you picture, and I mean cookbook picture perfect slices of that soft mozzarella. Let me put that on there, and then if you look right to my left, this knife has an herb curve, so I don't need a mezzaluna to do things like my fresh basil. It's got that rocking action back and forth. So let me go ahead and move that over there as well, and we'll just finish that dish off. And look at that, the right tools make the job easy.
Yes.
I was listening to Marion and Greg, and they were saying the same thing, and they're so right. The right tools in the kitchen,
you know what,
I'm
telling you, it makes a difference in how you feel. You know how you've heard some people say, well, I don't like to cook. Oftentimes it's because you just don't have the right tools. Or your tools are working against you and you're struggling with them. Having something like really nice sharp knives, especially ones that you need, you go in there, whether it's, you know, slicing a tomato or slicing your grapes or your vegetables, it makes such a huge difference. Read the reviews. Customers that have purchased this love this. I think you're gonna love it as well. Take advantage of our 5 FlexPay all the way through midnight. Remember, all of you can use FlexPay. Just use any major credit card or debit card or PayPal, and we still give you our wonderful holiday return policy. You'll have until the end of January to get a full refund. But everything, including the knives, we can guarantee delivery by